Happy New Year unto thee and thine. In 2022, I had a New Year's resolution that I didn't really mention, I don't think. Maybe I mentioned it once. I wanted to get this channel up to 50,000 subscribers, and it didn't happen. And a big reason why it didn't happen is that I figured out probably 4 or 5 months ago that it just does not matter what my subscriber count is. What I really care about in terms of the channel is two things: view count, uh, as a bellwether of, am I still doing things that people care about, and also, am I doing things that I care about. The point of this video is I'm going to start switching up the content a little bit. I'm still primarily, I think, going to be doing reselling content, but I want to pepper in other kinds of videos, which has always been an aspiration since the inception of the channel. I've always wanted to do other kinds of content too, and I've had a couple experiences of getting hard pushback when I don't fulfill a certain level of expectation of sticking strictly to reselling content. And I've had some people in my ear telling me that it's not only a bad idea to do non-reselling content on a reselling channel, but that I should split up the content into a haul channel and a what sold channel and so on and so forth, because people get so granular in their interests in reselling. Who knows? Maybe I'm shooting myself in the foot. But my foot is feeling really shot these days, is the bigger picture and the bigger point that I want to make here, which is I have a problem. I have a chronic pain problem. I have a low energy problem. I have just an unwellness problem. I just have not been diligent enough when it comes to taking care of my health. And there's a loggerheads situation that happens with reselling, being self-employed, where work hurts. I have kind of been living in this state of suspended extreme anxiety over the health question, because the more I work, the worse the pain gets. It's repetitive strain injuries in my neck and back and other parts of my body that stem from the repetitive motions of reselling and doing computer work and having bad posture and every little micro insult through the course of the day, without having proper, I don't know what to call it, like life hygiene, movement hygiene. It just adds up and up and up, and I have been feeling like I'm hurtling towards a brick wall. And I have been wondering at what point it'll get bad enough that I won't be able to resell. And I feel like that point is way down the line. I definitely had like a lot of tread left on the tires, and I don't want to make it seem like I'm incapacitated, because I'm not. It's just this slowly boiling water of, I just simply feel like shit all the time. And I'm sick of it, and I don't want to deal with it anymore. So the nature of the content that I want to do is to do with trying to get out of the situation, talking about health stuff, a little bit of cooking content, probably food stuff, exercise. I know I will get value out of it. I'm hoping that you will too, and I don't want to misinterpret my relationship with you as a YouTuber, because I think that that's kind of a mortal error that happens where, I don't know, people tell me from time to time, Matt, people just are here to watch you because they like you and they'll follow you wherever you go. I don't think that that's really the case. I think that's true for a proportion of you. I think for the other portion, you could not be asked to watch lifestyle vlogs from me, so I am sensitive to that. And if you are strictly here for the reselling content, you'll still get it. There may be other stuff that comes with it if you don't want to stick around. I don't blame you at all. No hard feelings. I want to preserve this awareness that you're here for a reason and you're here to get something out of these videos. So I don't want to get to the point where I'm just leaning on your patience and asking you to indulge in content that won't be of some kind of use to you. So that's just my attitude. I just want to say that I don't I don't expect you just to be along for the ride because I'm the protagonist and you're rooting for me or something like that, or because I'm so fascinating and you're so curious about my personal life. I still want to come up with content that satisfies both of us. So my New Year's resolution for 2023 is to get in much better shape, and I don't mean aesthetically. I mean in terms of my sense of wellness, of greatly diminishing or eliminating the chronic pain, which I think I can do. That might be wildly naive optimism, but I think I can get it. I think that if I really focus on it and I push hard and I follow my instincts and realize that the power to dunk across the entire basketball course was in my heart all along and not in the magical sneakers. I think I can get it. I think I can nail it. And I want to not feel like shit. I don't want to feel tired all the time. I don't want to feel lethargic and just bad. I just feel bad, and I'm tired of feeling bad. So I can't put a pin on exactly how to quantify. I just don't want to feel like shit at the end of the year. But that's my goal. I guess I will talk in a little bit of specifics about the problem at hand. Like I said before, I have what I believe to be pretty systemic repetitive strain injuries in my neck and back, especially, that has arisen through many years of misuse and bad posture, overuse, and a general lack of movement outside of those constrained, repetitive, small motions that exist in a really narrow set of parameters of just doing the same things day in, day out, day in, day out, and being generally inactive outside of that limited physical activity that is hurting me. And this has been a problem for a long time. I've had chronic pain issues since I was 17. And I appreciate it if you want to jump in with help and suggestions, but I promise you I've already probably been exposed to it and thought about it. I've already seen all the doctors. I've seen dozens. I've seen the witch doctors. I've seen specialists. And everybody just kind of scratches their head at me and can't really tell me anything all that useful because I'm young. Especially I was young in my 20s. I mean, nobody could really just look at me and tell me, well, Matt, it appears that you are just a laptop asshole and you need to go play soccer or something. You need to go do something more active. So it just built up and up and up to the point where it is now, where I was in a situation where I couldn't deal with it because I was still operating under the assumption that it was some mystery condition that hadn't been diagnosed yet. It certainly couldn't just be that I'm a laptop asshole because I'm in so much pain and it's so weird and it's such a kind of a weird set of physical symptoms. There has to be an answer. There has to be a diagnosis that I can get. And certainly one of these people that I would have seen would have suggested the easy or simple explanation if it were available. And I've reached a point now, and again, maybe this is my own hubris, where I just don't believe them. Not in some, like, the doctors don't want you to know about ginseng thing or conspiratorial mindedness. It's just, I realized after a certain point that I was waiting to hear what I felt to be the truth come out of an expert's mouth. And I had one doctor that I saw who was a head and neck and face pain specialist who was very expensive and had a private practice. And he was a weird guy, like an interesting guy. And he leveled with me at one point, super unorthodox, not like a Patch Adams type guy, but just like kind of weird and zany, but clearly very competent. And he told me, he was like, look, your guess is essentially as good as mine. And this guy is decorated. He had diplomas all over his walls. Probably a millionaire. I mean, well-known, well-respected guy. He was like, Yeah, what do you think? What's your guess? I'll help you with whatever I can with what I know, but you probably know better than I do because you live in your body and I don't. And that was kind of the thing that set me free, as it were. And all the times when I'm narrowed in on it and I'm really working on it, I'm really pushing on it and following my instincts and just going with what my gut tells me to be the right thing to do, the symptoms slowly get better. But again, it's this like Sisyphean thing of I simply have to work. I have to make the money. I have to do the reselling. I have to shoot the YouTube videos. And so I have to be kind of narrowly confined. I keep saying the word narrowly. I have to keep doing the repetitive strain motions. And you can only correct for so much. You can only get inventive to a certain point with how you move and how you do things. And you can switch it up. And I have a few ideas on this channel that I've talked about. But the bottom line is you still have to perform repetitive tasks over and over and over and over in volume to make money. So it's always a back and forth struggle. That's another reason why I want to do content like this, is because if I can shoot videos directly addressing this and generate a little bit more revenue off of these videos, doing that instead of doing reselling content, I think that will take a lot of the pressure off of the physical labor part of making this 8 spinning plates kind of a career lifestyle thing work. It's, I am a laptop asshole. I'm not a coal miner, but these videos don't make themselves. This shit certainly does not sell itself. It doesn't photograph itself, doesn't ship itself, doesn't list itself. Anyway, I hope I'm making sense. I'm hoping that this is somewhat coherent. This is just where my head is, and I have to do something like this if it's on camera or off camera, and it might as well be on camera. I don't know exactly what form it's going to take. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do, but I'm going to be doing it. We're going to do it together. You and I are going to be doing it. I've been playing with this coffee-soaked paper towel the whole video with the Shroud of Turin here. Sorry for that. This is very professional, right? I tend to kind of be all over the map and leaping from lily pad to lily pad in terms of everything in my life, including reselling and including this channel. And I apologize if that's irritating, but it's just how I am. And I think it's how life is. And I think it's how life should be, that things kind of come and go and change. And this is for real. Like, this project is something that I just must do. I really would like to wind up in a position where I feel like I have a fighting chance of just feeling good, and not living under the yoke of this problem, because I not only can't overstate how big of a deal it has been. I don't think I even understand personally how big of a deal it's been, because it's just been a state of affairs that's been normalized for years, and I no longer recall exactly what it is to feel differently. Okay, thanks for indulging me, I guess, or listening to me and coming along. Hope you do come along. And like I said before, I'm going to try to make it entertaining, useful, helpful, not just you watching me do sit-ups in my living room and talking about my personal life. That's not the point. See you then.